Hi, today I want to talk about things that you should purchase before surgery. Hi, my name is Tina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I had duodenal switch surgery on June 9th of 2020 and I'm here to share my journey. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what I suggest you purchase or have ready for when to get ready before you have your surgery, so that when you come home from the hospital, come home from having your surgery, you are ready. And it just relieves a lot of the stress and anxiety around it if you know that you have what you need at home. So these are some of these things I had purchased ahead of time, some of these things I had not purchased ahead of time and wish that I had. So let's get started. The first thing that you will probably already have is I had stocked up on Gatorade Zero and Powerade Zero and just bottles of water, just because it's easier to, for me, it was easier to sip a bottle than it was a glass. I don't know why, but it just helped me. It also helped me monitor how much liquid I was taking in. Dehydration is a serious issue after bariatric surgery, or probably any surgery. So don't make light of the liquid situation. You have to constantly be sipping. You have to be constantly drinking liquids. It's kind of rough at first too, because you don't feel good and your stomach it feels very, very fast. And it's not the easiest thing, but it's something that's really, really critical. So Powerades, and I'm still drinking these things. So I don't want to get dehydrated. I need to drink a lot of liquids, and yeah. Powerade Zero or Gatorade Zero, or just any type of hydrating beverages that you like. Also, another thing that you probably will have before you go into surgery is broth. So I use veggie broth because I'm vegetarian, but whatever kind of broth you like, so beef broth, chicken broth, whatever it is. The reason that was really helpful for me is because the protein shakes that you take and the Gatorade Zero and sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free Jello, all of those things that you normally would have ready are all very sweet, especially because it's that artificial sweeteners. It just has a very distinct taste, and when you're recovering from bariatric surgery, your taste buds are just very, at least my experience, my taste buds were very, very sensitive, and it just wasn't that difficult for something to just really turn me off. To, even something that I typically would normally love, I just instantly didn't like it. So, and it wasn't just that I didn't care for it, it was like it was making me nauseous. So just kind of be prepared for that and have some different options for yourself. And so broth was a great one for me. And I used to take, I was using Genipro protein, and I would take some of that and mix it in the broth so I could get my protein and some liquid at the same time. And that was really helpful for me. And I just thought it tasted really good too. So I had to dilute a little bit, but that just kind of goes with the whole thing of everything made me feel a little bit nauseous. And I mentioned a second ago, sugar-free popsicle, sugar-free Jello. You probably will already have those in your refrigerator before you go into surgery, but it's something that you still need to have after surgery, and it will help keep you hydrated, and it will help so you won't have to drink as much water because you'll have popsicles, and the cool is kind of soothing. And I would just definitely recommend having your fridge stocked with those things. Now to some non-food things. One thing that you need to kind of think about before you have your surgery is that after your surgery, and for probably a good 3 to 4 weeks after, it's going to be real painful to bend at the waist, which is weird, and it's not like you don't think about it, so you just will do it instinctively, and it hurts. So anything that you can do to avoid bending at the waist is going to help you. Even if you have somebody home with you that's going to be helpful to you, it's still instinctive to bend at the waist, and you need to just remember not to do that. So I suggest getting a grabber from, they have them on Amazon. I will try to link one if I can. But just something that, so that if you drop something, you can pick it up, and it's not, you don't immediately just bend over to pick it up. You have a grabber there with you so that you remember to pick it up with the grabber. That's really something that's really helpful to have, and just reaching anything. The less movement that you have in your core muscles for the first, I would say, month after surgery, the better. So that obviously there's going to be some, but just having something there to help you with that a little bit is really going to be a good thing for you. So another thing that I strongly recommend before you go to the hospital is to have some non-slip slippers. And that's because, and they have to be the kind that are real easy to put on and take off, and make sure that they fit right so that you don't trip. When you're in the hospital, you're going to be forcefully encouraged to walk around the floor all the time, which to me I liked. It made me feel good, even though you're kind of weak and not feeling great, but just getting out of your bed it was something I look forward to. But that being said, you have to have something on your feet. They have slippers, they give you slipper socks that have tread on the bottom them in the hospital. But the thing about that is that if you walk around a hospital floor and then you get back into bed, all of the stuff that was on the floor is on your socks, and so that's going to kind of contaminate your bed. So you just need to kind of keep everything as clean and hygienic as possible. So having a pair of slippers that you can slip on and off before you get back into bed is just a really good idea. Again, think about your slippers before you buy them, because they need to have tread, they need to be easy to get on and off, and they need to not slip off too easily so that you lose your balance or trip or anything like that. So just kind of think about it. I know everybody wants something cute, but there's going to be probably a month in your life that you're not going to feel real cute. So don't worry about having cute slippers. Just get something that's practical that will help you accomplish your walking goals in the hospital and keep you clean and hygienic. Speaking of hygiene, another thing that I really recommend people purchase before they go to hospital is, I talked about it in a couple of other videos, there's going to be some bathroom issues. So there's going to be constipation, there's going to be diarrhea after surgery. For a few weeks, there's going to be a lot of loose stools, and you need to keep yourself clean, obviously. So I really, really appreciate, and I'm really happy that I thought to buy a big container of baby wipes, and I just keep that in the bathroom by the toilet that I use normally. And so it's just really good to keep yourself clean so that you don't feel dirty, and that you are just making sure that your hygiene is great. So baby wipes, I would stock up on, just get a big tub of them and put them in your bathroom so that they're there, and you'll understand when the time comes. Baby wipes are a good thing to have in your bathroom. Another thing is, so with that same thing, I know there's a lot of stories about duodenal switch patients having issues with not being able to control their bowels, and I don't necessarily have anything real to say about that in this video, but I do want to suggest that if you are at the store and you're looking for something to help you with that situation, a really good thing to have on hand is extra long maxi pads or extra long mini pads. And if you position them a little bit further back than you typically would, it kind of helps. If you it just is going to help you. Just trust me. It's just a really good thing to have, and it makes you feel more secure. You're not worried about it all the time, and things happen. It's major surgery. Your digestion has been completely rearranged, and it's healing, and so just be prepared and just try to get some of those. You'll thank me. Another thing that helped me a lot was I had some constipation issues as well, And the only thing that ever worked for me, especially with the constipation that I had before surgery and about a month after surgery, was mineral oil. So we had a thing of mineral oil in our pantry anyways that we were keeping there for a butcher block cutting board that we had that needed to be treated periodically. So we had mineral oil, and I saw on the bottle that it said it's a laxative, and so I took a couple of spoonsful of mineral oil the night before, and it just cured the whole thing just perfectly. And I highly recommend that you get some mineral oil for constipation if you need to. And another thing this is my last thing, but I was watching a video about the Duodenal Switch. There's a lot about the smell, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but just your gas and your bowel movements and things don't smell the same, and it's stronger, and it's just not pleasant. And it's not the end of the world. It's not a reason to not have surgery, but it's just kind of a weird side effect. So I watched on YouTube, I found this man, and I'll see if I can find him and post him with this video, but he had talked about this, and he suggested that if you have a bottle of Fabuloso, the purple one, which I think is lilac, I'm not sure, but anyway, the purple Fabuloso, and in the same way that if you had poo-pourri, you spray a little bit before you go to the bathroom. Well, if you put a little bit of Fabuloso in the toilet before you go to the bathroom, when you flush it, it takes that all away. And I even went as far as to put a little bit, like a watered down bit of Fabuloso in a spray bottle. And so I spray that in the toilet before I go to the bathroom, and it really helps. And especially, I mean, I don't really have to share a bathroom too much, but if you have to share a bathroom with other people in your family, it's really gonna help. So it's not expensive. You can buy it anywhere. Fabuloso cleaner. It's just like all-purpose cleaner type thing. It's very strong scented though, and it does just completely wipe away any bad offensive odors. So yeah, that's all I have today. I do want to say, a lot of people talk about, what you can eat and what you don't, what you have to have in the house to eat and everything. And in my opinion, I don't think it's something that you need to worry about before surgery. My taste buds, and I watched these videos before I had surgery, so I kind of expected it, but it's not what you think. My taste buds are so different than they were. And I hear people talking about, like, there's a lot of people that talk about this ricotta bake as an after surgery meal, and I've never had that, and just the thought of that just turns my stomach. Like, that's how bad my aversion to certain foods are right now. So I think people spend a lot of time worrying about what they're going to eat and how they're going to eat and everything, and I think that's something that just is going to come naturally when it's time. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. I hope you're having a great day, and hope this eases some of your anxiety around the hospital and things that you need to purchase. Once you get your surgery date, that's when it gets real, and that's when you feel like you need to go shopping. So hopefully I've been able to help you a little bit. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.